All right, let's just get right into it because honestly, we don't have a second to waste. What you're about to see isn't some financial theory. No, this is a blueprint. A blueprint for survival in a system that is, right now, quietly working against you.
And I'm not exaggerating. Not even a little. You might look at your bank account and feel safe, you know? Seeing those numbers just sitting there looking all stable. But that feeling, it is a complete illusion. Every single second you're just holding cash, its real value is dissolving.
So what does that bleeding actually look like in real numbers? Well, this is it. Just last year, the purchasing power of every dollar you saved dropped by almost 4%. Think about that. For every $100 you worked hard to save, the system just, poof, silently siphoned off $4 of its value. You didn't spend it, but believe me, it is gone.
The truth is, we're in the middle of what you could call a silent crash. See, all that old advice to just save your money, it's not just outdated, it's actually dangerous now. In today's economy, just saving your money is like trying to walk up an escalator that's going down. You can put in all the effort in the world, but you're still losing ground. This is the enemy. We have to name it. It's inflation, the silent thief. It's this invisible force that just eats away at your wealth. But today we stop it. I'm going to give you the exact blueprint to build a fortress around your finances, one that this thief absolutely cannot break into. Okay, so step one is all about defense. Before you can even dream about growing your wealth, you have to stop the bleeding. And here's the fundamental rule. You cannot possibly grow what you don't track. It's just that simple. So we're going to perform what I call a forensic audit. I need you to pull up your last 3 months of bank statements, your credit card statements, all of it. And yeah, I know, it might be painful, it might suck to see where the money is really going, but you have to do it. We're hunting for the leakage, all those tiny little holes in your financial ship. And this is the framework you're going to use. It's the classic 50-30-20 rule, but we're looking at it with a new mission. 50% for what you absolutely need, 30% for what you want, and a dedicated 20% for growth. The entire goal of this audit is to find money to protect and feed that 20% growth slice, because that's your future right there. And you have to shift your mindset. You're not depriving yourself when you cut that subscription you forgot you even had. You're not being cheap by skipping a $10 coffee you don't even really enjoy. No, you are recruiting soldiers. You're building an army that's going to fight for your financial freedom. Okay, defenses are set, the bleeding has stopped. Now it's time to switch. We're going from defense to offense. It's time to build your income engine. I really need you to let this sink in, because it's maybe the most important financial truth there is right now. Saving is critical for defense, for sure, but it is not going to make you wealthy. Wealth is built by earning, not by scrimping. It's an active game, not a passive one. And there's a huge difference here. See, most people are stuck in what's called linear income. That's your job. You trade an hour of your life for a fixed amount of money. If you stop working, the money stops. It's a trap. The goal is to build exponential income, to build an asset, a system, an engine that makes money whether you're working or not. That is freedom. Now, building that engine, it's kind of like getting a giant, heavy flywheel to start spinning. That very first push, it's going to take almost all of your energy for what feels like nothing. So little movement. It feels impossible. But you keep pushing. Then it makes one full turn, then another. And pretty soon momentum just takes over. And it's spinning like crazy with very little effort, generating huge results. Look, your goal isn't to quit your job tomorrow. The goal is to start small. Build a side hustle, create a digital product, something that brings in an extra $500 a month while you're sleeping. And I promise you, that $500 of exponential income is worth so much more than a $500 raise that just demands more of your precious time. So your defense is solid. Your offensive income engine is starting to chug along. Now we get to the final and honestly the most powerful step, building the compound fortress. This is the machine that's going to grow and protect your wealth for decades to come. This quote is famous for a reason. Compounding, it's like a force multiplier for everything we've just talked about.
It's the magic that turns those soldiers you recruited into an absolutely unbeatable army over time. Getting this concept is the key to unlocking real, lasting wealth.
So how do we actually use this power? Well, first, we stay away from the casino. Trying to pick the next hot stock based on some tip you heard is pure gambling. Period. We're here to build a fortress, and we do that by consistently buying low-cost index funds. That basically means you own a tiny little piece of all the biggest and best companies. You're not betting on a single company, you're betting on the entire economy. And just look at this. This is that snowball effect in action. That $500 a month we talked about, after a year, hey, it's a nice start. After 10 years, it's getting pretty serious. But look at 20 years out. The growth is literally explosive. Your little snowball is now an avalanche, and it's just picking up speed all on its own.
And that explosive growth, that's what leads you here, to the tipping point. This is the whole goal. This is that magic moment when your assets, your fortress, are generating more income than you are with your own labor. That is the definition of financial freedom. So we've laid out the entire blueprint, but listen to me very carefully. Information without action is worse than useless. It's poison. It just sits there and creates guilt and regret. So here it is, your immediate, non-negotiable battle plan.
These are not suggestions, these are your orders. Number 1, you are going to do your forensic audit tonight. Find the leaks. Number 2, this weekend, you will decide on just one income flywheel to start building. And 3, you are going to open a brokerage account and automate a transfer. I don't care if it's just $50. You're going to do it right now. Start the snowball.
Look, the silent crash is happening all around us. The financial ice that we're all standing on, it's melting. So the only question left is, what are you going to do about it? Are you going to just stand there and be a victim of it all? Or are you going to use this blueprint to become the architect of your own damn fortress? The choice is entirely yours. Don't wait for Monday. Don't wait for the first of the month. The best time to do this was yesterday. The next best time is this exact second. Start now.